Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix the cable dropper post on your bike. We're going to be covering a few things today. We're going to be showing you how to install the cable, how to do the outer housing, changing the lever, so it should cover for you all bases. So this is Dad's bike, and one of the big things we had right from the get-go was Dad's seat post has been in there a number of years and never moved because you just do it with a dropper post. And it had got so dirty and everything. So this post, as you can see, there's no clamp on it, but it was absolutely solid. So it took a long time trying to get it out. Quite a crazy technique this is, but it did actually work, and it does sound crazy. If you've got any old stem and handlebars lying around, you can put the stem around this part of your seat and then put some handlebars on and basically use it to try and loosen up the seat posts, and it did actually work for us. Let's get with, we're going to first of all take the little loose cable that's out the bottom here, and then we're also going to be taking out the outer housing and putting in a new one. So on Dad's bike, it's actually pretty easy because most of the cable's on the outside. It's only a small bit that goes into the seat post. Now you don't have to replace the outer housing. Just while we're doing it, and it's quite easy on Dad's bike, we're going to do it because the set we bought comes with both. But yeah, just try and chop it down to the same length as your other one. That'd be the easiest way to make sure you get it the right size.
So this is the one I'm just going to clip off the cable ties. Then I'm just going to pull this cable out. That's one side and there's the other one.
So we're going to measure this up against the brand new one, chop it to the same length. But yeah, you can see on this Dad's one, for example, the end's all frayed. So, I mean, that's been in there for about 5 years. So it's worth replacing that if you can. So this is the set that we're going for. This comes with 2 inner cables, and it also comes with an outer. We'll try and put a link in the description to get hold of this, but yeah, super good set. If you can go for a dropper post one, then that is ideal, but we couldn't because it was out of stock. But a normal gear cable does actually work just as well. So that might help you out. Cool. So yeah, we've got the new outer cable. Already just feel it's so much better. So we're going to measure this up and then chop it at the right length. I'm going to cut it here. So I've got these Park Tool cutters, and they're quite good. They've got some ones in the middle that you can use to, because as you would have seen, it slightly just flattens it a little bit. So if we just get this in here, just make it a little bit better. Well, probably is a good way of doing it just to check that it hasn't squashed. If you put your new inner cable inside it and then just thread it all the way through and just make sure it comes out the other side. There we go. Because you can sometimes feel it gets a little bit stuck, and then as it pushes through, it will just make sure that now it's all fully open both sides. So we're ready to go with that cable. Just make sure to put your little end caps on the end of your cable. Just put that on there. Right, we're just going to put this now in the bike. Let's say the only bit that goes through the frame is on the seat post. It's relatively easy on these ones. Just going to go up there. And we'll keep pushing until it comes out the top. There we go. And then we can put our rubber cap just on the end of this side. Just like that. So right, it gets even more crazy with Dad's dropper post. It is a bit mental, this. So on the bottom, you can hopefully see this, so I'll have to put it quite close. This is where the cable comes through this side and clamps in here, but the clamp was quite knackered, so we'll show you it. Got it here. So this is the clamp, and this is Dad's cable, basically both sides, rather frayed as you can see. Problem we've got is that cable is clamped down. One Allen key's this side, and then there's another Allen key in there, but it is so rusty that is literally just solid. So we're going to need a new one of these, which I do think I have, but not on me. So we're going to have to go with a little bit of a bodge here. So I'll call it a hack actually, because like I say, it will still work, and it's only temporary, and then we can fix it later on. So you might see here, there's a little slot. So with our ball end, we're going to put it in, twist it round, and then as you see now, it works as it should do. And it won't come out at all. So it does actually work. So I've got it on the bottom end. Now we're going to thread it through into the outer housing and through the bike. Just make sure you've got those cable ends on to keep it nice and clean. Coming out the other end. Right, so now what we're going to do is just pull it from one end and let the seat post go in. Gently let that go in.
And get this down to around about the level you want it. We'll probably put it somewhere there and just clamp that quite gently for now anyway. The problems with Dad's drop post continue. So this is what Dad's old lever was like. On the bar, it was so funny. Like when he pushed this lever in, it would just honestly wobble up and down loads. And it got to the point where basically it was just broken. So we had to get a new lever for him. But the new one is a Shimano one and it is really, really good. I'll show you it. Now, I'll try and put it in the description, but this is what the box looks like. And yeah, it's good one here. So got the lever here. Nice, simple one. Cable comes through this side, wraps around and then clamps on the back here. And even has a little barrel adjuster there on the end, just so you can sort of tweak the tension and get it perfect. Whoa. What is that? It's funny, isn't it? It's like a little set of wings or something. That's crazy. And it's so sharp as well. It's ripped these gloves. It's supposed to be cut proof. Right, unfortunately, we'll take all your brake and stuff off.
Will be jammed on my bike.
It's funny, that dropper post, like it'd be fine in the end, but like it's just so.
That's lasted me 5.5 years. That dropper
It has.
post.
It's done well. It's done well. But this is funny. Like everything on it is just like rusted and stuff.
5.5 years of riding every weekend.
Yeah, and it's ridden Canada, the whole lot.
Whistler.
Yeah, Whistler.
I've ridden this in the bike park in Whistler.
You have. Although, actually, you might be decide whether which side you're going to want that. If it was there, that might need you in a minute to decide whether you want it, which way round you want it.
Depends if I'll be using the bike.
That's very true. Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, we can
That's
see.
a secret.
Secret, yeah. Right, so if we take that off, put this on first. So just to let you know as well, these do actually come. I put it on the wrong way around. 1 second. That's not going to be any good. Put it on this way around. So this is just like a normal handlebar clamp, but you can actually get these with a system that connects to Shimano or SRAM, like the Matchmaker, to make it a bit neater. But for now, we've just gone with this because we didn't really know that, to be honest, until after. So if I put it on there. Oh yeah, that's probably perfect, yeah, actually. That's better. We'll go with that way around. Grip back on. Nice DMR def grips. Has to be. Nice and solid. If you want to make sure that you get your brake levers at the right angle every time, you can check out one of my Instagram videos. Got a nice little hack for you there to help you out. Right, on this one, if you do go for this lever and you've got the tension adjuster, if you just screw it in as far as it will go, and then take it out 2 full rotations, about there, it'll just give you a little bit of adjustment when you do actually have it all connected up. So this is the clamp that's actually going to hold the cable in place, so we'll just loosen that off a bit so we can thread the cable through. Then just decide whereabouts you want your cable to run with the handlebars and just make sure it's all nice. And we're going to thread this bit through. What was that all about? Absolutely pinged. Put it all the way through here. Then it goes nicely. And then we've got to thread it through this back bit here. And there. Bit of tension on it, make sure that plate's in the right position. Like that. So as you can see here, it looks like you can see it's doing a little sync, working a little bit, but we have no air pressure in this currently, because that is actually really good and important advice. Should have said that at the start. Make sure when you're working on the drop post, take all the air out of it, because these go up to like 250 PSI, so you don't want this like pinging off and going into the roof or hitting you would be even worse. So let's put some air in it and see if it actually works. Just quick things, so we put the lever on, and I've got to say, definitely recommend trying to find this and buy this, because we've got the cable and the set there, which is great, but the lever comes with an inner cable, an outer cable, and your bits on the end anyway. So we needed everything that came with the lever. Realistically, this is actually the only thing you need. As I said, on the lever, there's this barrel adjuster that you can use just to get a bit more tension if you find that it's engaging quite late. What we're going to do now, though, put the air pressure in at the top. We're going to pump up to 230. I think the max is about 250. But we're gonna go with 230 to start with, and then we'll give it a test. I'm going about 240 just because it will definitely, even with this system, I think it still loses a bit. Right, moment of truth. Got pressure in it. Let's see if it works. There it is. And make sure when you put it like halfway that it locks in place. That's the dropper post done. Make sure you put the cap on so you don't get any rubbish in your valve. And then we're going to put the seat post clamp back on. There we go, that's all on. I'm just going to try this. I thought at one point you could put this on like super loose.
Are you trying to say you slide the rails in between for the side?
Should do. Let's have another test. See if we can get it in. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? That was good work. That makes it a bit easier.
I've never done it that way.
That's a hack, and that works well.
Yeah, definitely the way I've done it. It's a lot more hassle.
It is, isn't it? We're just going to tidy up the cable on this side, so you'll see we've got all this this excess. So we're going to make sure it's nice and tight, chop it, and then we're going to put a crimp on it. Right on there. Nice crimp on it, and we'll tuck it underneath, out of the way. There we go, it's looking quite neat, isn't it? So we've got the drop post all nice and set up now. What we're going to do, just tidy up this cable, got some new cable ties. One thing to be mindful of is that, like for example here, as the bike goes through its suspension, it's going to pull a little bit, so just give yourself a little bit of slack there, just make sure it doesn't pull. Right now, everything's in place. I'm just going to take the bike off the bike stand, do the final little bits, make sure the lever's in the right place, make sure seats are in the right angle and everything like that, and get it all running nicely. So we put everything on the bike, everything's feeling nice, getting in the right position. Dropper post is working nice now, and if you put it in any position, stays there nice and solid. So it's just saying with this lever that it seems crazy that Dad's been using this bike for 5 years, and that lever's been a problem for such a long time. And it was only like, what, like £25? And it's so much better. So should have done that a long time ago. So definitely recommend getting that. But yeah, that is how you do the dropper posts on your bike. Hopefully that will help you fix if you have any issues yourself. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another ride.